We are doing a house tour, finally. This is a video I've gotten asked to do on my Instagram, and I know some of you have asked me to do a house tour because you see me like filming in different places of the house, shooting in different parts of the house, and you're like, wait, can you like show us your full house? It's finally happening today. I'm gonna show you a tour of our condo in the Wicker Park neighborhood of Chicago. We live in a building that's like 120 years old. I think it was built in the late 1800s. And when we bought the unit, it needed a lot of work. It wasn't like completely outdated, like there had been work done in the last 120 years, but it definitely hadn't been updated in like at least 20 years, and like the previous owner just didn't really take care of the place. It's a really special building because it's so old, and that's what makes it really special, and the layout's really unique. As you'll see, it's not kind of like your cookie cutter, you know, new development type building. Obviously cons too that come along with an old building. Not a lot of closet space, small bedrooms. I want to show you not only our space and talk through how we've decorated and where we bought everything, but I'll also talk about the things that we updated and renovated from when we bought the condo. I'll try to share some before pictures as I walk through the condo so you kind of have an idea of what it used to look like and what we've done. I'm thinking it's gonna take a while to talk through everything because I want to cover like the renovations that we did, all the stuff that we bought to decorate, and just some like tips along the way. This video will be part of a 3-part series. So today I'm going to walk you through our living room, our kitchen, our dining room, my little office space slash bookshelf area as part of the living room. I'm chiming in here as I'm editing. There is no way I'm going to be able to tackle all those spaces in today's video. I realize I rambled for a long time about the living room. So today's video is going to be focused just on the living room space, and then subscribe to see the other parts of the home tour. I'm not even gonna try to plan it out in advance because I don't know how long the other videos are gonna be and how I'm gonna split it up. So today will be the living room focus, and then you will catch the kitchen, dining room, and little office space in my next video, along with the rest of the house in upcoming videos after that. Leo and I have had so much fun decorating the space and making it our own, so I hope you all enjoy this video. Be sure to subscribe so you catch the other parts of the series. Let's get started. I can't wait to show you our space. I'm gonna start with the living room. Just a little kind of background context. I feel like our entire home is very like American meets like European style, which is funny because it's also our background. I am born and raised in Chicago. Leo was born in Athens, Greece, and then came over to Chicago when he was in his like, I don't know, he was like 13. I feel like we did a decent job of keeping like a cohesive theme throughout the house. Hopefully you guys feel that when you're watching the video. What we loved about this condo was that it was such an open space and it had high ceilings, and our biggest challenge was like figuring out how do we divvy up this huge open space and make it feel like there's like mini spaces or mini rooms within the larger space. With the living room, we had this like pillar coming down in the center of the room, and we decided that that pillar would kind of be like the break off point of the living room, and we've kind of styled the room with that in mind. So you'll see there's a little chaise lounge on the right. We've got our main couch to the left of it, and then we also, within this little beautiful bay window that I love, it's like one of my favorite parts about our place, and very, very quintessential like Chicago, old Chicago building, put this leather day bed. And then right next to the day bed, we have this little record player slash record storage area where Leo puts his record collection. We obviously have our TV and our fireplace. Next to that, we have our little console where we put all of our TV storage, you know, video game consoles and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go through every little section of our living room and talk through it in a little bit more detail. Let's start with my favorite part of the living room, which is this chaise lounge that's actually vintage and redone. We don't wear shoes in our house, so that's why I have fancy socks on. No shoes household. This couch is my favorite part of this room, and I think one of my favorite pieces in the house. I bought it from this local place. It's called Dial M for Modern. It's a Chicago spot where the owner essentially like scouts out mid-century pieces, and sometimes he completely redoes them or, you know, leaves them as is depending on the condition that they're in. He took it, got it refoamed, reupholstered with this like beautiful gray mohair fabric and it just looks so incredible. The legs are original. It's a mid-century piece, so it is from the 50s. And what I love about it is that it fits 2 people. It's so comfortable. It's one of my favorite pieces in the house, to be honest. I needed to like spruce it up with some pillows, so I added this Mongolian lamb hair pillow that I got from, shockingly, is from Amazon, and I think it was under $100. By the way, I will be linking to all the products that I'm showing you all today in the video that I can link that are not vintage or no longer sold in the description of the video. So if you like something, just check the description box, it's probably linked. Tip for throw pillows is always buy a slightly bigger size than what the actual pillow cover is, because it makes it nice and like fluffy and full. Always get a larger pillow than the size of the actual throw pillow cover. Pro tip. Got another horizontal pillow to kind of fill this back space. This one I believe was also from Amazon. Add some color to it. I added this like light pink blanket from Amazon. You'll see all of our couches have a little throw blanket just because we are big fans of blankets in this house, and we live in Chicago and it's effing cold here, so blankets are required. So that is the Chaise Lounge, one of my favorite pieces of the house. Moving over, next to the Chaise Lounge, we have this cute little circle side table that actually was Leo's from his old place. I don't know where he got it from, but it wasn't expensive. This is a very like mid-century inspired piece, even though it's new. The thing about doing is potentially putting some sort of cover, like a patterned stick-on type surface on top of the side table, just to make it a little bit more interesting, because it is black and we don't really have a lot of black pieces in our home, so it kind of sticks out a little bit. Also have this piece that actually Leo came up with, which is genius. This like marble canister that holds all of our remotes. Be sure to link to it in the description of the video. The next thing I want to show you is these Ottomans that we got. These are from Walmart, believe it or not. I don't love the fabric on them, but what's nice about them is that they have a nice cushion. They're a great size, and let me show you. They're also storage, which is key for when you have a smaller space and not a massive house. You need a lot of storage, especially in an old condo that has like minimal closet space. So in here, we have saved our fancy little massager. This thing is effing amazing. You just plug it in, put it on the back of the couch, lay back, and boom. You have a full-blown back massage happening. It is by this brand called Zillion. So those are the Walmart Ottomans. One thing that we have considered doing and are actually looking into doing right now is reupholstering this like top cover piece, just because the pattern's like meh, not that great. We're thinking about doing like either a leather or a faux leather material that's like pop of color. So I'm thinking like lavender or sage green. So we'll likely have this top piece here reupholstered in hopefully in the next month or so. So that is an ongoing project that we're tackling. Right next to the side table, our main couch. This couch is from CB2. The reason why we loved it so much is because it's very deep and it's very comfortable. That was like our #1 priority when it came to like finding a couch. I'm gonna sit on it actually. That was our #1 thing when it came to buying a couch, was like something that was comfortable, something that was really clean. So like this doesn't have arm handles. Very clean, very minimal, simple, but comfortable. So we got it in this like darker gray color, which is pretty versatile. One thing that we did do to make it extra comfy is we added an extra cushion on the top to make it more full, to also prevent it from looking like, I don't know, like sunken. We did put these little fun throw pillows on the couch. Our goal was to add like, we wanted like geometric kind of playful pieces to throw in, but also with pops of color. Our couches are pretty neutral. I don't love these throw pillows, to be honest. It's like something I actually want to adjust and get like bigger ones, but this is what we have for now. Again, like decorating a house is a never-ending process. You're always gonna find things that you want to change and, you know, make better over time. this is something that I want to change eventually, but we'll make do for now. Next up is a coffee table. So we have kind of like this two-piece situation. These are from Article. We wanted to do like a stone coffee table because we have wood floors and kind of a lot of like wood coloring, like our blinds are wood. We have this daybed that's kind of like a cognac woodish type color. So we wanted to add like a different element to the space. So we decided to go with these marble coffee tables. I got larger circle one, and they have oak legs, which go with kind of the color of our floors. And I got this little side one just because I like the nested look. And then also, you know, we could take this one and use it as a little side table. But these are so simple, so cute, both from Article. It's like one of their staple coffee tables, so it's definitely still available today. One thing to note though is marble is a pain in the ass and it gets stained very easily, so you have to have coasters. Let me show you our little coaster collection. I actually have a set of just 2 marble ones. These were gifted. We were in California like in late last year in the fall, and we always go to this place in Venice. It's like a cute home shop and they have the best shit, and I always leave that place feeling inspired. And I saw these coasters there that I fell in love with. Leo noted it that I love them and he ended up buying them for me for Christmas. You can either stack them up, you can lay them out in a fun design. They come in a few different colors. We got them in this like blush pink color because it kind of pulled from the blush pink blanket we have and it went with the vibe of our space. But these are great. I'm loving them so far, and I feel like they add a lot of character to the coffee table situation. While we're down here, we have another one of those Ottomans that I already showed you, and there is an epic item that's in the storage of that Ottoman that we've been using so much, especially during COVID times where we're like FaceTiming and doing Zoom calls with friends. It's this little clamp that attaches to like the side of a counter or side of a table, and you can adjust it however you want, and then you clip your phone into here, and then you can have a hands-free Zoom/FaceTime experience. So this has been something we've used a lot the last 6 months or so that we've had it. So highly recommend getting one of these. Moving on to my other favorite couch in this living room. I love them all, but like these are the 2 that I selected, the Chaise Lounge and this gorgeous Daybed. The Daybed is from CB2. It's this beautiful like cognac leather color. I wanted something kind of mid-century-esque, especially to fit in this little bay window area, which is like a very, you know, like quintessential Chicago, like old school building feature. This bed fit perfectly in the little window nook, and I just love how it looks. We don't use it all that much, although I will say it is very comfortable. One thing to keep in mind, having leather couches is a little bit of a pain because you have to take care of them and condition them, especially if they are in a window. So the sun dries out the leather, it could discolor it. So I'm really conscious about making sure that no direct sun hits the couch. I kind of like mess with the blinds to make sure that the rays aren't hitting the couch. And then I also condition it every 3 months or so with this product. It's like a leather milk that I get on Amazon. It actually smells pretty good, and it definitely conditions the leather. You will notice a lot softer. It regains a little bit of its color. So I do this every 3 months just to maintain the couch so that it doesn't start cracking and the leather doesn't get discolored. The other decorative piece that we added to this space for a little extra something is this little arc lamp. It definitely gives off that like mid-century modern vibe, and it adds extra lighting to the space. It has a nice dimmer effect, which is really nice because we can adjust it depending on what kind of mood we're in. So I think the arc lamp adds a really beautiful effect to the space. Let's talk about our little record nook here. So freaking cute. Love this station. It's Leo's record collection, and he wanted a place where he could store all his records and also have a record player so that he can play them, obviously. What we did was we ended up buying this little shelving system. It's from IKEA. It's like the standard cube IKEA system, kind of spruce it up a little bit, was we added these custom little legs. So there's this website called Pretty Pegs, and they sell accessories, spruce up IKEA furniture specifically. That's like all they do. We found these little legs on Pretty Pegs and we spruced up the IKEA cube shelving unit, and I really love how it came out. I think it's super cute, and it adds, you know, it makes it look less like IKEA and something a little bit more unique and custom and a little bit pricier. I will say the legs are kind of expensive, but it kind of balances out because the unit itself is so cheap. Love how it looks. I think it really changed the aesthetic of the whole thing. And then we obviously added the little record player on top. We have this really cute painting. It's one of my favorite paintings in the house of these two women like out for drinks, smoking cigarettes. Very chill, felt like it was very much the vibe we wanted to emulate in our living room space. Can't remember the artist off the top of my head, but I'll be sure to include that in the description of the video. This is our fireplace situation. This used to be like an old school fireplace. It came up higher, it was wooden. It basically was the original fireplace that came with the house 120 years ago, which is super cool, but unfortunately not our vibe. It was also unusable because it was like a coal burning fireplace. Coal burning. Decided to basically build a gas insert fireplace in the space so that we could actually use it, and we use this thing all the time, like every single day. Kind of like a cement look, and we ended up, instead of like doing like a custom build cement fireplace, which is incredibly expensive, we went to Floor & Decor and found a cement looking, I believe it's a ceramic or porcelain tile, and had our fireplace people build it with that, and it totally worked out, and it definitely gave us the effect that we wanted. It very much looks like kind of like that industrial like cement type vibe, but it's not. It's a lot cheaper. That is our fireplace. It's pretty magical. It keeps us very warm during days like this in the winter when it's 5 degrees outside. Now we are next to the fireplace on the other side, and this is our console where we put all of like our cable boxes, game consoles, all that stuff goes in here. I'm not gonna open it because it's embarrassingly stuffed with shit, but it looks so pretty on the outside. This piece was an inspiration from something we saw at Design Within Reach, which, why is it called Design Within Reach when nothing is within reach? Can somebody explain that to me? We found this piece there and we're like, oh, we love this, but it's like thousands of dollars. So we went on a hunt to find a dupe. This was a dupe we actually found on Amazon. It sells out pretty frequently, so hopefully they still have it. I will look, but I love kind of the design of it. It's very clean and also has that mid-century vibe, but it has like a, you know, modern spin on it. So really love this piece. It fit perfectly in this little nook. We have this little decorative vase over here in the corner that we just filled in with these fake little pretty, I don't even know what they are. It's like feathers, kind of feathers, but like feather leaves, sort of. We also have this beautiful painting that Leo found from this artist. I think she's from Argentina. Excuse me. This is a woman from what appears to be the Renaissance era, but she's eating popcorn. And you know what the best part is about these pictures? Is that they're photographs. It's not a painting, it's a photograph. How amazing is that? This woman creates photographs that look like Renaissance paintings, but with like modern elements, like popcorn. Speakers also have a story. I painted them. They used to be Leo's old speakers. They were black, kind of like the standard speakers. They're old. I think he got them like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. We were kind of trying to think through like our speaker situation for our living room, and we're like, well, let's kind of save some money and reuse what we have. But like, these are heinous. How do we make them cute? I decided to take some chalk paint and paint them myself. I did a blog post on this. So I used to have a blog that I updated pretty frequently, and I stopped updating, but it still exists. And I have blog posts for a lot of the things that I talked about today. So like the Pretty Pegs IKEA situation. I have a blog post about how I painted these speakers. So I'll link to all those relevant blog posts in the description of the video as well, so you can check them out. I hand painted these myself with chalk paint, and they came out amazing. And now they kind of look like a little bit retro because the color that we picked is, I feel like, very 50s, 60s, like drive-in vibes. That's the story with the speakers. I told you there was a special story. I feel like that's pretty special. I mean, I did this. The other thing I want to talk through is this rug, which was actually like a contention point between Leo and I, because he does not like rugs. He wanted no rug. And I'm like, listen, we need a rug in the space to make it feel cozy. It felt like kind of cold and like, I don't know, walking in your living room with barefoot or with socks on and no rug is just like, I finally convinced him to buy a rug, and I feel like it completely changed the space. Key thing with the rug, because we had like such a big room, it was kind of hard to find a rug that fit the space. So what we ended up doing was finding a rug that just sat in the center of the room. This rug is from Crate & Barrel. I love like the distressed effect of it, so it kind of looks vintage. I wanted a vintage like patterned rug, but I couldn't find one that was like exactly what I wanted, and they were expensive, and getting one online is like kind of scary. So we decided to go for Crate & Barrel because we like went in, saw the sample in person, we liked it. And this rug has like a vintage-esque vibe, even though it's not vintage, and it ended up working out like perfectly for the space. It ended up being kind of pricey, but not like the high end of rugs, because rugs are effing expensive. Like, I didn't realize, actually every home thing is more expensive than you think it would be. You don't really realize this until you start decorating space and you're like, what? Couches? Chairs? Chairs are like insane. Why are chairs hundreds of dollars a piece? Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, the rug was pricey, but not like on the high end, so we felt comfortable with it. And I did want to share a couple adjustments that we made that I feel like make it a lot more cozy and makes it like stable, so it's not like moving around constantly. So the first thing that we did was we added a foam pad underneath the rug, which made a huge difference because it makes it so that when you're walking on the rug, it's really soft. So highly recommend doing that. We just had to kind of cut it to make sure it fit the rug perfectly. You want it to fit basically so that there was only like an inch of the rug that's not on the foam pad, so that it's not visible when you're like looking at the rug from the outside. The other thing that we added is like a non-slide tape to the bottom of the foam so that the rug wasn't moving around. I feel like those two adjustments made a huge difference in terms of just like, you know, little annoying things that bug you here and there, but you don't fix them. These totally made our rug situation a lot more comfortable and like a little less annoying because it wasn't moving around everywhere. So that is our living room space. That took forever. I'm sorry, I had a lot of things I wanted to cover, but hopefully it was helpful and you're not bored out of your mind. Thanks for watching this, friends. I hope you loved it. This was, again, my living room tour. Subscribe to see upcoming videos of other parts of the house. Coming soon, the kitchen, dining room, and my little office space will be featured in the next video, hopefully in the next couple weeks. So subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll chat with you in my next video. Bye.